Hi everyone, and welcome to the Gemini January 2022 Self-Illumination reading. This is I Am Illuminated Tarot and Meaning-Based Spiritual Coaching Services. I am Lauren. Hi and welcome. So this reading is meant to help you find the meaning in the challenge or challenges you are currently experiencing so that you can better see and understand your spiritual importance and the spiritual importance behind your path and purpose. All right, so Gemini, we're going to get right in. I'm going to pull a card here to take a look at your energy. And then I'm going to pull a card now to take a look at the external energy that Spirit is challenging you to interact with. And then we'll take a look at the overarching lesson and meaning behind you experiencing this current challenge. So we have the Sun and the Page of Cups in your external environment, and then at the bottom of the deck we have the Eight of Wands. Beautiful. So this is the energy that is centered around what you're learning in this challenge, why you're actually being asked to engage with this external energy so that you can embrace this Eight of Wands coming up here. So to get right into this, Gemini, what I'm seeing for the month of January is you are sitting with the energy of the Page of Swords. And what is the Page of Swords? The Page of Swords can represent finding context for your personal truth. Sometimes it's called the spy card because it can, in a specific type of reading, denote somebody trying to gain more information, somebody kind of watching to see, again, what's happening behind the scenes. Sorry guys, I had to step away for just a second there. Okay, so what I was saying about the Page of Swords is that it is about finding context. So again, it's about when it's an internal energy instead of an external energy, what you're doing is you are internally finding the context of who you are in this moment. So it's a little bit, I get this feeling of kind of a life review going on. In your external environment, we have the Page of Cups and the Sun. Beautiful energy. The Page of Cups and the Sun is the illumination of starting to touch a little bit on what when you think of the Page of Cups, it's this almost innocent, childlike quality around something that brings you emotional fulfillment, or almost kind of like wearing your heart on your sleeve a little bit. And there's this illumination around that energy, that feeling of what kind of gets you feeling emotionally connected right now. When the Page of Swords, especially when it's in an internal environment, this is all very much cerebral. It's in your head. It's on the level of you thinking about your personal truth, you thinking about the context of kind of where you want this to fit into the larger picture. But the Page of Cups grounds that feeling into feeling, into your emotional center. So we're moving away from the head and into the heart. And the Sun is that beautiful feeling of illumination. I always love the depiction of this original Rider-Waite tarot deck of the Sun card, and that it's a naked child on the back of a horse just kind of gleefully riding through a field of sunflowers. And there's this quality with the Sun coming out in that it's almost a sense of freedom. That freedom of freeing your inner child, of reconnecting to that feeling again of just being unbridled yourself. So with that coming into play, there's a quality here of you kind of being asked by Spirit to move from the head as you're trying to find context to who you are now and move into the heart, and do so from a place of openness, curiosity, that curiosity of a child, that exuberant, beautiful, let's go out into the world and find what gets our heart center, our heart chakra going again. And then we have the Eight of Wands. So the Eight of Wands is fast-paced movement. It can also be a card that denotes communication. So there's this quality here of Spirit asking you to kind of move from the head and into the heart, because stuff is starting to, the speed of life is starting to pick up. That you might get a piece of communication that changes something in your current environment, or it might just be that now is the time to get a move on it. It's time to stop thinking, and it's time to start living in the world as this bright, beautiful self. So let's take a look now at the challenges that you're currently facing and moving from the head and into the heart and kind of back out into the world again. I get this feeling right now, Gemini, that you're kind of sitting in this space that you've been in for a while, where you've been thinking and thinking and thinking. And we all know that air signs, I have a lot of Gemini in my chart personally, so I understand that thinking and analyzing quality that air signs have, especially you, Gemini. Okay, so we have the Fool, Princess of Pentacles, Ace of Swords, Nine of Pentacles, and oops, let's see if we can get one or two more here for you guys. So there's this quality of being asked to, again, come out from the head and move into actually interacting with the world. The thing that can happen a lot of times when we start to kind of overanalyze is that we become disengaged from actually just enjoying the experience of living and connecting with life. Meaning that we are so seeking to understand in the moment. There we go, we have the Magician and the Wheel of Fortune. Ooh! Awesome cards here, Gemini. So meaning in the moment, we are so seeking to analyze or understand the importance of what's going on or how we fit into the scene that we kind of lose that sense of just having fun, being present, playing, and also emotionally connecting in that moment, but not from a place of kind of guarded, over intellectualizing something or scrutinizing something, going from this place of wearing your heart on your sleeve to where you're like, I just enjoy this and I hope you enjoy me enjoying this. So it's a beautiful energy that you're being asked to step up into. And again, this is also that as you start to really kind of come out and almost bloom in your external environment, that you're going to be able to take advantage of this fast-paced movement that's going to kind of push you along here. So with the Fool, the Princess of Pentacles, Ace of Swords, Nine of Pentacles, and the Magician and the Wheel of Fortune, there's a lot going on for you guys here. So the Fool. Now the Fool, interestingly enough, has come up in this position now for a couple different signs. This definitely is a month of new beginnings for a lot of people. And I do think, actually, I'm trying to think who, it might have been, I'm trying to remember who it was now who also got this card. But you might want to run through a few of the videos just to see, because sometimes there's an extra message in another reading that has very similar placements. And again, it might be because you also share another placement outside of either your sun, moon, or rising sign. So the Fool and the Princess of Pentacles, what I'm seeing here right off the bat is that you guys are being faced with starting a new cycle, starting something fresh. And with the Princess of Pentacles coming right in after the Fool, there's this quality. So the Princess of Pentacles in this deck is the Page of Pentacles. So it's interesting. You have the Page of Swords, you have the Page of Cups, and in here you have the Page of Pentacles. And the Page of Pentacles is about going out. So if this is about seeking context, and this is about seeking to find how you can emotionally connect to things, this is seeking how you can utilize something that you have in the physical out in the world. And that can be in seeking education. So that could be going to sign up for a course to learn something new. That could be actually going out and maybe trying your hand at a new job or a hobby, something that's going to allow you to play a little bit with this new thing that you have that's based on kind of a new truth, and that's leading you into connecting with a new emotional truth. So the Fool can become a challenge when we are too afraid to take that leap. The Fool is a card that represents an individual about to step optimistically and with full faith off the edge of a cliff, because he or she is aware that she is fully supported by the universe, by God, by Spirit. And I apologize, guys, if you can hear my daughter crying in the background. She is in the process of being fed and is hanging out with her daddy. But anyways, so with knowing that the Fool is here to have that faith of being fully supported, there is a quality, though, that you're still stepping off of a cliff. And that can be scary. It also denotes having to kind of leave behind perhaps a situation, a livelihood, even material belongings, because the Fool's going out kind of with nothing. They're starting fresh. So there is this element of possibly having to leave something behind, to go out, to be able to start to see where this new aspect of yourself can be utilized. Meaning maybe you're having to start a course so that you can move out of maybe one job field into another job field, or you're thinking about moving and you know that you're going to have to release a bunch of stuff before you move. There's all kinds of ways that we can start fresh. But what's interesting is that then this will lead to the Ace of Swords, and the Ace of Swords is clarity. This is your sword of personal truth. This is what we're each given between us and Spirit. But there are moments in our lives where we will kind of reevaluate our personal truth, or reevaluate something to achieve clarity in the moment. And that's really what I'm seeing you guys finding here, is that you're starting a new cycle. You're being asked to kind of go out and play with something new in the external environment. And in that, you're getting clarity. You're getting kind of this aha moment of, oh, okay, this is where I kind of need to start focusing my energy. This is who I am now. And on the other side of this, we have the Nine of Pentacles, the Magician, and the Wheel of Fortune. The Nine of Pentacles is a card of self-sufficiency. It's a card of being able to be abundant in the physical and really be able to enjoy that. Now, where it can become a challenge is that it's almost a card of, the safety zone, not wanting to leave your comfort zone, where you've achieved this level of stability, you've achieved this level of comfort, but it means that you have to eventually at some point to get to the 10 of Pentacles, which is your ultimate legacy, your kind of ultimate fulfillment on a physical level of your manifestation of abundance, that you have to leave this abundance. You have to leave your walled garden or leave your beautiful home, and you have to go out into the world again. So there's this kind of quality of wanting to start anew. Perhaps you've achieved some level, some element of stability in your life, but there's this clarity now of kind of this aha moment of, okay, I see where this fresh start needs to happen. I see now kind of where I need to maybe start to try new things. And what you're being reminded of, in order to give you the strength to be able to leave this kind of comfort zone, is that you're being reminded of your own power. The Magician card is a card of Gemini in the tarot. So you're being reminded that you are the magician in your own life. You have the ability to basically utilize all the different aspects of your reality, meaning the magician has the pentacle, the sword, the wand, and the cup, and you have them all to work with. And what I find interesting here is that you have the Page of Swords, you have the sword, you have the Page of Pentacles, you have the pentacle, and you have the Page of Cups, and that's the cup. The only one that I'm not seeing here is the Page of Wands, but that is being represented here by the Eight of Wands, in that you're being asked to understand that you have everything you need to now go beyond where you've been for quite some time. And that's going to get the Wheel of Fortune turning in your favor, because when the Wheel of Fortune comes up, that's a reminder that the time is now. The wheel is turning over. It's a fresh start. And with the Eight of Wands coming in, that's saying it's fast movement. This isn't, okay, the wheel's starting to turn and things are starting to happen. This is where Spirit's asking you, it's time to go out and connect with life again in kind of this almost larger than life way. It's time to connect in a heart-centered way, because as things start to pick up, you're going to have to make decisions. And in order for you to make decisions quickly and to be able to move with this fast movement coming in, you're going to have to know who you are and you're going to have to know what you're emotionally connected to. And you're going to have to bring your authentic self to do that illuminated self. What I'm going to do here now is I'm going to pull 3 cards to bring this message down from a place of being very general into an individualized experience for you by pulling a card for the 3 basic principles of curiosity, courage, and contemplation, to be able to bring some awareness to different aspects of your experience this month so that you can be able to, again, bring these energies that are very general down into a place where you are answering questions specific to your experience. So I'm going to pull a card here from this energy oracle deck for the concept of curiosity, and we're going to build a question around this that is meant to help you bring awareness. So something that you're going to be asking yourself throughout the month of January, it's going to help bring awareness to some aspect of your experience that Spirit is trying to get you to see from a different perspective, something that perhaps you were not aware of before. So we have patience, number 16. Breaking down to number 7, which is beautiful. And I find this interesting too, because it looks almost like she's holding the Wheel of Fortune in her hands. Now, this could be at this point that when I look at the Eight of Wands and patience, it seems kind of like they don't go together, right? This is fast movement, and this is kind of understanding that when the timing's right, the timing's right. And what I'm seeing here with patience, and especially with the number 7 coming through. So in numerology, we would break down the 16. It's 1 + 6 = 7. January is a universal number 7 month, meaning that it's a month where we are being asked to reconnect to Spirit, to reevaluate what's going on, which is very interesting. It's a time of reevaluation. And it's a time where we're almost being asked to slow down and kind of commune with Spirit to be able to get those answers in the areas of our life where we're asking ourselves, is it worth it for me to do this? Is it worth it for me to put energy towards this? Is it worth it for me to take this risk or this leap? And with this coming up, I think what is coming through here is that sometimes we want to, when we're taking that leap, we want to expect that it's all just going to come all at once. That, okay, I want to take this leap towards this new career goal, and I expect that I'm going to instantly get that job that's going to land me the same amount of money that I've had previously in my other career path. Or I'm going to leave my beautiful walled garden and my lovely home, and I want to move, and I'm going to up level to the home of my dreams. Now, yes, that is all possible for you to achieve the career change and the career path that you ultimately want. It's also very possible for you to achieve the home of your dreams or the lifestyle of your dreams. But what Spirit's asking you here is to have patience, and that it is coming through. There will be a communication, something that's going to push you to have to make that decision in the moment. But for the month of January, to prepare you for that, you're being asked to go within, to reconnect and re-engage with Spirit in understanding kind of who you are, playing with who you are in the external world, almost having fun this month, just kind of letting things go, getting out of your head and into your heart. And in doing so, understanding that Spirit is going to guide you and that the wheel is turning, that it might not feel like that for this month, but it's definitely turning, and there's something coming before the end of the month where you're going to have to make that decision. You might get that call back from some place that you applied to that you didn't think you were going to get that call back from. Or you might get that chance to sell your house. A buyer kind of comes out of nowhere and you have to make that decision. Is it today or is it never? And there's that quality of being reminded that you're going to have to leave your comfort zone, but you're the magician. And it's all of this kind of tension that I think you've been sitting with, this mental kind of, I know I have to change, I know I'm a different person, but I'm not quite sure where this needs to fit. It's all going to become clear in this month. And so ask yourself throughout the month, keep in mind, as you're maybe feeling a little frustrated or you're feeling like maybe something isn't working, maybe you do have this moment of clarity and you're like, that's it, that's the new start, that's what I want. To ask yourself, okay, where can I just kind of surrender and give over to spirit, and knowing that, yes, this is my aha moment, this is what I meant to be aware of, but where can I just kind of release almost the expectation at this point and just let spirit take the wheel for this month, and I'm just going to ready myself. It's almost like, if you think about it, it's almost like you getting ready to take the wheel yourself. But as you're doing that, maybe you're somebody who has never driven a car before, and you're instead in the car watching somebody else drive the car, watching somebody else take you around the block a few times, and you're asking them questions and you're getting information. And then finally, you're going to be given that chance where the person's going to pull over and say, okay, it's time for you to get behind the wheel. And at that point, hopefully you've listened enough, you've taken enough in, that when you get behind that wheel, you're ready to go. And so that's really kind of why I think is happening here, is to really, when you start to feel frustrated, kind of take a step back and see, okay, what do I need to be learning from this situation in this moment from spirit? What am I learning that I'm going to need to understand? So it could be that maybe you're feeling frustrated that, again, you've been putting out all these resumes and you haven't received any response. But then to think and say, okay, well, what am I needing to learn from this moment? Is it something where I need to maybe go back and analyze what my actual resume looks like? Can I go out and maybe talk to somebody who can help me reevaluate my resume, maybe fluff it up and reword it, and then I'm going to resubmit. So it's kind of these moments of, instead of just getting frustrated and maybe throwing in your hat, so to speak, and walking away from something or saying, oh, that's not really for me, to say, well, wait a second, no, I think spirit wants me to have this time and to prepare. Where can I prepare in the meantime? You know, it's almost like getting ready to throw a big party, but there's all these little things that you have to do before that party happens. You know, you have to plan and go shopping for the food, and then you have to prepare a little bit every day leading up to that, and then you have to clean your house maybe. And so it's almost like having to distract yourself with the vacuuming of your house when you're waiting for the guest to knock on the door. Okay, so Gemini, now I'm going to pull a card here for the concept of courage. And this is going to be a message for you to keep in mind as you are staying strong and having the courage to make the tough decisions this month. And when I say tough decisions, I don't mean having to make these life-breaking decisions. I mean making the day-to-day tiny decisions to take action on your own behalf that sometimes are the harder decisions, but they take courage. Meaning like you deciding to get up a half an hour early to put towards maybe looking for another job, or just reading articles about something that you are looking to get into. It's all those little decisions that allow us to really be able to change our reality, because we're actually acting with awareness on our own behalf, and that does take courage. So we have two really beautiful cards that came out. We have Surrender to the Beauty of the Natural World. It says, take a relaxing break and spend time in nature. Replenish yourself by feeling the beauty and the ecstasy there. And then we have Surrender to your full power. It says, your life is calling for you to step into your full power rather than playing it small. And I apologize, guys. My daughter's crying around background again. She is a little feisty this evening as I'm filming this. So when we're thinking about having the courage to take action, I mean, surrender to your full power is a beautiful card to keep in mind. I really like the concept here of stepping into your full power rather than playing it small. So this is where I really feel like you're getting prepared. Spirit is preparing you right now, Gemini, for when this communication comes in, for you to really understand who you are, what you emotionally connect to, and that clarity of, this is where I want to put my time and energy. This is what I want for my new cycle. And for you, so when this communication comes in, or this moment, this opportunity comes in, that you don't just, so for instance, this could look like a job opportunity. You get a call back and you're so excited, but then when they talk about, they tell you what the salary is going to be, it's a salary that you don't feel comfortable with because it is so under what you feel your value is. That it's not about just leaping into the first thing without understanding that, without understanding your own significance to a certain extent. And it could also be that maybe you don't feel like you're either ready for something, or you feel like you still need to maybe practice more or do more, and then this opportunity comes in and you're like, well, but I don't really know. I haven't really researched that. I haven't really ever done this before. Yes, I want to do it, but you know what? Give me more time. And I think what Spirit's saying is that there is no more time. The time is now. So there's a quality when it comes up, it's about, Spirit's telling you here to remember that it's about stepping into your full power. And whether that's holding others to recognize your value, or whether that's not second guessing yourself when an opportunity might come up out of the blue to test this new truth and to emotionally connect to something really amazing in a new way, that you don't kind of second guess yourself or sell yourself short. That you say, yeah, I'm being given this opportunity for a reason. And then we have surrender to the beauty of the natural world. It says, take a relaxing break and spend time in nature. Replenish yourself by feeling the beauty and the ecstasy there. So I think there's a little quality of that coming in with patience here. As you're getting ready to take action and you're making these small choices, it's about also remembering that this month is a time of reflection. It is a time for you to get reconnected to Spirit. And some of the best ways to do that is actually through spending time in nature. That is one of the best ways that I personally feel you can connect on a grander level to not even just Spirit, but also to feeling that connectedness to everything. And there's this element coming through here of really, like, if you, I think, have the opportunity to grind away at work, or you have the opportunity to leave an hour early and go for a walk, even if it's not a walk in some beautiful natural setting, it could be something just simply getting outside and taking a walk around your neighborhood, or positioning yourself. So let's say you live in a cold climate and it's just snowed and maybe it's not, you really can't go out and walk around. It can also be this quality of positioning your desk at home, if you're still working from home, next to a window where you can just take in the beautiful scenery outside. But there's this quality here of taking time for yourself, of slowing down and preparing yourself to take the opportunity that's coming in. Okay, and then we're going to pull a final card here for the concept of contemplation, which is going to be a card that's going to help you kind of hold up your day-to-day experience in context to this theme. So basically, as you're finding the time to reflect, and we all want to take that time every day, whether it's actual time to reflect, meaning dedicated meditation time, or maybe you utilize your exercising time to do that, or if it's just something simply where you are spending the time to, I'll say at the end of the day, just reflect on what's happened through the day, to keep this in mind and to kind of hold up, okay, what happened in my day? And what are the actions that I took? How can I take responsibility for them and the actions that came from that? And does that kind of align with this larger contemplative message here, which says you're already doing it. Stop overthinking, keep facing your true north. Beautiful. I love that component here of stop overthinking, because Gemini, I know you can get stuck in your heads just the way that most air signs can. So I think, and that ties in beautifully with patience, this month, when you start to feel like, well, wait, nothing is happening. I feel like I'm almost like kind of like in the slow-mo world of like, I'm finding everything is new. I feel the newness coming in. I feel the wheel turning over, but I don't know where to go and what to do. Well, this is saying to step back, have faith in spirit, and to understand that as long as you're facing I apologize, guys. Hold on just a moment. Sorry, guys. Okay, so that basically if you're taking the time to really understand, okay, this is what I'm emotionally connecting to, this is who I am today, as long as I understand that and I keep that in mind, I'm being told by Spirit, it's already happening. The wheel is already turning. The plan is in motion, but I just need to kind of lean into it. That's what I'm feeling this month for you, Jen. Like, lean into it, lean into the new, and get ready to go out into the world and have fun. But prepare yourself. Be aware this month. This month might feel slow, but it's all in preparation for big change to come. So it's all about, in the day-to-day, kind of almost like gathering the information and the will and the courage to get ready to take that leap. And there's going to be all these little things that come in, all these little pieces of information that's going to be like, okay, I'm going to learn a little bit about this and a little bit about that, and I'm going to get a little bit of this and a little bit of that. And then you're going to be reminded you're the magician. So you have all this stuff to work with. And when this opportunity comes and this movement starts to go, you've got everything at your disposal to kind of run with the energy. Beautiful month of January for you guys. I'm excited, actually. I kind of can't wait to do your February reading, because I feel like it's going to be some really cool things coming in for you guys. So I hope you all had a wonderful New Year's. I'm actually filming this on New Year's Day. It's been a very good one, and I hope yours has been as well. If you would like to take a look at your own personal challenges and the meaning behind them and kind of help explore that and explore your path and purpose, you can click on the link in the description box below to book a private reading or a one-on-one coaching session. And I can't wait to see you all in February. Have a wonderful January, Gemini.